Hi, Psychic Frank's Mystery School. And the lovely Gabby. Where is that girl? Oh, well. Oh, there she is. She's blending in. There, you see my finger? That's Gabby. Say hi, Gabby. This is our groovy crib. And here in Hayes Valley, San Francisco. What's left of the city, God bless it. Yeah, so this is Psychic Frank's Mystery School. If you want to email me, psychicfrank1@gmail.com. Maho, that's the Chinese for what a wonder. Yeah, be grateful. Be grateful this new moon coming up. We have this is the Mountain Astrologer. We have Diana Collis, the Taurus new moon, May 7th. That's a Tuesday, 8:22 p.m. There's a lot of Taurus energy going on there. We're going to talk about that. I'm a psychic healer, the hippie healer. I'm 75, and I use astrology, numerology, and the tarot cards, and of course my abilities I was born with and have honed in on. I think we're all born with this psychic ability to some more or less, you know. Some of us are simply just born to heal. Okay, Gabby, we're a little busy now, honey. Yeah, chill here. Okay, so where are we going to start? Okay, so Pam Gregory, Kathy Rose, Molly McCoy. There's so many astrologers out there. Oh, this guy Judd in the UK. But I read something Pam Gregory, I was listening to her the other day, about on my last show I was talking about the importance of what happened with this every 12 years Jupiter, the planet of expansion, and it's like a magnifying glass gets turned over and everything is like wow, bigger, and I got this lamp here. It makes it a lot easier to see me, but it's got to. People are so nice. They send me things to help out. Bless you. This came from Alex in Denver. Thank you. This computer's from Massachusetts, as I love to call it fondly. Okay, and Uranus. See, this is. Telemarketers, you know. Excuse me. See, this is the planet Uranus here. You see, this is the head going through the hips, giving birth to the new. Ruling planet is Aquarius, and it's all about freedom. No more trickle down. It's bottom up. No one gets left out. Awakening Kundalini. It's not just Sri Aurobindo in India, rest his soul. I didn't realize how touchy Indians are. If you mentioned anything about your personalizing Kundalini energy, they get this one guy. I made a comment. I found a rare book in the public library on Kundalini energy, and I got the email address and thanked whoever wrote it, and mentioned that it helped me a lot because my Kundalini was activated, and I got some replies. From that email that were, how dare I insult the nature of the Kundalini by his, I don't know, that a Western guy couldn't, but it's happening for all of us now. We got to really monitor our beliefs responsibly. Live responsibly. Okay, so this is the lay down. This is the lowdown. May 1st, sensuous Venus in Taurus squares uncompromising Taurus in Aquarius. And then on May 2nd, actually today, Pluto turned retrograde until November 20th. So it's in Aquarius, but from September 1st, it goes from 0 Aquarius to 29 Capricorn. And it's going to go down to like 28 Capricorn. Okay, hold on a second. Gabby wants to come over and say hi. Come here. You want to say hi, baby? Come on. Get up here. Come on, get over here so we can get this out of the way. Yeah, she just wants us. She's just a girl who wants to say hi. Oh, there's Gabby. Hey, howdy. Who's that? Is that the pretty bird? Yes, you're the good-looking chick. How about a kiss? Say hi. Say hi. Okay, now you're gonna let us. Now you're gonna let us do our show. Yeah, you're gonna go back and behave yourself. Okay, say bye. See you later. Thank you. Okay, honey. Okay. That's enough. Let it go. Let it go. Oh, I know what you want. You want some cereal. Here you go. Here you go. It's called USA and it's Sweethearts. I don't particularly enjoy it, but I bought it just for the hell of it, and a couple of years ago, and then I was about to throw it away. It tastes so rank, but Gabby loved it, so I now I buy it for her. It's real cheap. I get it at Rainbow Grocery. It's under $3, and it really is. Well, it's about $3.90. Everything's up. Everything's up. I mentioned to someone about paying Nob Hill rents in this neighborhood, and they looked at me and they said, everybody's paying Nob Hill rents in this city. Okay, so what happened in '08, Pluto entered Capricorn, and now, and up until just last few months ago, when it entered Aquarius, giving us a little taste of what the future's all about. Yeah, this still isn't right. Let me take it down a little. Yeah, there we go. And and that's when all the underworld, everything America and the world, and personally and collectively, we've been, covering up. Don't look at those dead bodies. Oh, Nancy, go away. I'm not going to give you anything today. I shook her hand once at the Castro Theater, and we actually talked for a few minutes. It's just a little thing, and and I'm not a big guy. Yeah, she's a sweetheart. I love her. And she's human. We're all human beings having a spirit. We're spiritual beings having a human experience. Okay, so what happened, Pluto in Aquarius, Capricorn? Well, first of all, that only happens every 250-something years. And every time it happens, paradigms change. Pam Gregory in her past videos has done last year she did a whole video on Pluto's past, and every time, well, it was only discovered in the 1700s, right? Anyway, French Revolution, Russian Revolution, all kinds of oppositions. Nothing even remotely resembled what it used to look like when Pluto's through with it. And for the United States of America, this is all happening on our Pluto is 29 degrees in the money house Capricorn. So once again, from September 2nd to November 20th, Pluto goes, once again. Well, actually, the United States of America's Pluto, I think, is maybe 28, 27. No, it is 27, not 29. So, and that's 1776, 530, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania there, and when the Declaration of Independence was signed, that's when America was born. That's our birth chart. And so we had our Pluto return, but Pluto going back into Capricorns, once again, any projects that lack substance could come to under considerable pressure in the fall. May 7th and 8th, the new moon coming up, as I said, 8:22 p.m. Tuesday, this coming Tuesday, beginning of May. Brilliant time for thanks and the miracle of life. And do a ritual. The universe loves rituals. Yeah, so many people, oh, how could I be born in such a horrible place? No, chaos means opportunity. The Chinese knew that for thousands of years ago. I was watching PBS the other day. I was flipping through the stations. I don't have antenna TV is all I have because I don't watch too much, and most of it's violence. And I usually watch PBS. A special, they're finding all this artifacts in the Mayan culture now, and they've actually pieced together, and they're pretty know what the language is all about. And never before, now they put it all together from different regions. And the major reason for the Mayan collapse of that culture was no middle class. High, rich, poor. Just what we got now. And it goes on and on. They did this. PBS did it. It's on. I just saw it last week, so tune into PBS every now and then. You know, if it bleeds, it leads. If it thinks, it stinks. But no, we need to think now. And most people think they're thinking when all they're doing is rearranging their priorities. You know, it's time for us to open our hearts. We're going to talk about the heart chakra, because opposite of Aquarius is Leo, and Leo is the heart. Yeah, this is like the lights on the runway. There's a lot of people like myself who are the lights on the runway. Yeah, Pam Greg. There's so many of us. Greg Braden talked a lot about 10 years ago. He's been talking. Well, that's when I found him, and I immediately found a kindred spirit in him on his YouTube videos. And it's true about the heart being our strongest magnet. And what Pam Gregory says now is, one second here, one magic moment. Oh yeah, Pam Gregory was talking about, one second. Oh, I had it all laid out so I wouldn't have to do this, and I'm doing it. Okay. Okay, we are, okay. The heart sends electrical impulses. Yeah, and she talks about, I wrote it. Oh, okay, here we are. The heart. Yeah, okay. We must learn to, I'm quoting Pam Gregory here, and we're on the same page on so many things, and what she says here, I'm quoting word for word, is exactly my reaction to what I was listening to her say. She was talking about, we must learn to drop into our hearts to enable the metamorphosis for humanity to happen. The heart is the very first organ to develop after conception in the fetus. It's the very first to develop, and it has the largest toroidal enclosed solid field. We're talking about the heart as an electromagnetic organ. The heart sends an electrical impulse. A thought is an electrical impulse that it becomes an emotion, a feeling, which is an electromagnetic wave. So we've got to really start, thoughts are cell tissue. We're constantly making affirmations, whatever we're thinking, and we have to concentrate our thoughts now. Focus on, this is happening for us, not to us. Victims don't heal. Yeah, and then what's going on is the heart, it's called living intentionally. The heart sends an electrical impulse. It's a thought, it's an electrical impulse. Then Pam Gregory wrote, quote unquote, this is exactly what she was saying. And this is a woman, her name is, I wrote it down, but it'll be here. What is all these emails from politicians coming in? See, this is what I have to deal with. Well, you do too, and all this wasted money, Anyway, she says, we are connected to the cosmos by our hearts, and our birth charts are etched in our hearts. And then Pam says, I blew a fuse when I read that. I did too. That's a beautiful thing there, the soul longs to be with its body, for without the organic instrument of a body, it can do no feeling. It can do nothing or feel nothing. The measure of mental health is the disposition to find good everywhere. Wow, that blows a fuse for me, that simple sentence, the measure of mental health is a disposition, the disposition to find good everywhere. When I was going through my Hep C challenge, I almost died of liver cancer. It was a nightmare, and it was this $85,000 treatment, a pill. Every pill was $1,000. But before I got to that stage, I had to almost die on these injections. And at the end of the course of these injections, in which the Hep C disappeared for a month and then came back worse. And then just when I was about to die, this doctor wrote a script for me because it had just hit the market, and it was $85,000 for the 12-week treatment. Or I forget how long it was. 30 days. It was a short, 3 months. Yeah, 3 months. Anyway, the Louise Hay, so yeah, it was like shingles is a horrible situation. Yeah, it's like, oh, it's a nightmare. It's like open welts on your body that burn. It's an effing nightmare, And then Louise Hay says, shingles, waiting for the other shoe to drop, fear and tension, too sensitive. Now that's the thought pattern that created shingles. I am relaxed and peaceful because I trust the process of life. All is well in the world. This guy, the book Energy, Life Energy, I never saw a Star Wars movie because it had wars in it. I wouldn't see anything I don't even like the term spiritual warrior. A lot of people I admire, they throw it around, and I just delete that part in my memory and pretend I didn't say it. How could you say, use the word war and the word spiritual in the same sentence? I don't understand that. But so he talks a lot about the force be with you. Yeah, the force. I like that part of it. I like the force be with you. Yeah, one mind be with you. The Blessed Mother, the Christ energy be with you. But then I was listening to a show the other day on cable, on Antenna TV, and of course the shingle ad comes on, and boy, casting at the sound studio, casting for that voice. I mean, it's like the Grim Reaper. I mean, it's a really ominous voice, and he's talking about inside of you right now. If you're over 50, you've got the shingles virus sleeping, and it can attack any moment. And it goes on and on about pushing some vaccine, not trusting. What I hear now is, if truth be told, if in advertising, they should say, yes, the shingle viruses, we all have this potential for it. It's a part of our, mystery of our human body. And we're going to get you so afraid and so stressed out that you'll get it. That's what they're doing. They know stress and fear, and they get in there, and they want you to own it. They want you to own, I'm a schizophrenic. And then you have this girl dancing. She's got she's got diabetes now. Diabetes is nothing to dance. These people should be slapped severely. You're sending your kids to college in marketing. You're sending them to school to be minions of Satan. That's what you're doing, people. Money. Money makes the world go around. Buck a pound. I'm not going to go into cabaret there, but all civilizations, there's always been this unbalance. 3 guys, Musk, Bezo, and maybe a couple more. The Cokehead brothers in Canada. It's like this 1% is, and then there's just. I mean, you don't have to have anything except some kind of a, knowing poop from Shinola to see like the balance. It's not even. They're not even jokingly that it's anywhere. It's totally kamikaze there. It's out of control. and Joe Biden, God bless him, I love him. He even says now, no more trickle down. He even used the Ronald Reagan term, trickle down. And yet, nothing about let's tear down the airports. And once again, President Obama, man, you were young when you took office. You believed your own press. Who knows why? But honey, baby, it's time now to come clean. It's time now. Michelle knows. Somebody come clean now and say, Obama, America loves you no matter what, and they love you more if you say you made a mistake by not pressing, going on with the war crimes. Dick Cheney, and there's this guy Jonathan Turley. I looked him up. It's a picture of him and his wife and kids, and of course a golden lab in Connecticut. I mean, he's living the good life. God bless him, God bless him. We should all have that life if we want it. But the fact is this guy back when Obama took office, right after, we were in financial disasters thanks to Bush, Cheney, and and as I said, everybody that voted, I know me and all my friends thought, oh, Obama's going to get Cheney for this now. We got to get the Dems in there, and they're going to totally, And then Obama didn't even come out. He sent Rahm Emanuel, his ballerina friend from Turn Macho or something, came out, and Nancy Pelosi did it in her polite, ladylike way. But they basically said, like, Major Garrett raised his hand, and Rahm Emanuel said, yeah. He said, what do you mean you're not gonna do war crimes? And Rahm Emanuel acted like a gangster from Chicago. What are you, stupid? Didn't you hear what I said? It's over. It's not going to happen. Something like that. It was pretty much to the word, and especially in the attitude, is what he said. And of course, Nancy Pelosi came out on another channel saying in a very ladylike way that they weren't going to, and in her own way said, "What are you, stupid? Didn't you hear what I just said?" So, the bottom line is, and then Turley went on all the shows. And before that, and he was, talking on every show he could get his butt on, saying that our democracy depended on President Obama persecuting Cheney and Bush for war crimes. Men died, women died, there was some major war crimes happening. But I don't know what Dick Cheney said to him when he got out of that limousine in the wheelchair in the middle of the night, and 2 weeks after, roughly speaking, a few weeks after Obama took the White House. And I don't know what he said to him, but I think he was bamboozled. I think he wasn't counting on Mitch McConnell giving him 8 years of blockage, so he couldn't get a... But that's enough about that. My plea is... I love President Obama. I thought he was a sweet guy. Seeing him and his wife walk down Pennsylvania Avenue was like heartwarming for me. And up until that moment, I was sitting here with my jaw, boom, hit the floor. I blew a fuse the wrong way. I like that term. I blew a fuse in a good way, and I blew a fuse the wrong way. When he sent Rahm Emanuel, I mean, that's like as important. It's in my brain as when I saw the towers go down that morning. I was watching TV, and I said, "Oh boy, here we go into another war," and of course we did. And the wrong person. Everybody knew that. Wesley Clark said he couldn't believe it. Admiral of the Navy said he couldn't believe what he was hearing. All the evidence said it's Afghanistan. No, we're going in. It was a war for money. Okay, Obama, save your ass, save your reputation. Come out and admit it. Admit, in hindsight being 2020, you saw now that we ought to all come clean, because history, thanks to the Bushes, I don't know, it was one of them, and the GOP, they admitted civic classes. They won't teach civics, that there's 3 bodies of government. That was what you learned in high school. Well, they took that out. But see, the universe is wise, and it has arranged for us to all learn civics now. Every one of us who has a TV or a computer or is hooked up, where it's subtly getting into us now, like, oh, really? There's 3 branches of government? Because now they're trying to stop it now. A king, this guy, this menace, this crime wave, this despicable, soulless. Well, they're sick. They're just really soul sick. Let's pick a card right now. Then there's all these other things I want to get into, but I'm talking now about Mars transits in Aries began the last day of April. This happens every 2 years. Mars enters a sign, this time Aries. Every now and then, Mars will spend 6 months in a particular constellation like Aries, Taurus. But this time, we're just getting 2 months of Mars in Aries. It started just yesterday, and it's going to go on until the 9th. Speak up, push forward, and initiate new activity, particularly connected to new systems. And then on the 25th, Jupiter's going to leave its year in Taurus, sensual, earthy Taurus, and is key to our intellect, Gemini, key to our intellect and mental energy, particularly new systems. Be sure to open wide as possible in May with all this Taurus action so that you may move into Gemini, nourished and saturated with Jupiter inner security and emotional nutrition. Yeah, Kathy Rose said that. I copy. You could get her. It's free. Kathy Rose is an astrologer. You like her. And yeah, so I was copying that down today. The infinite ground of being is always there for me. Use your throat chakra. The throat chakra rules all the chakras. So when you say the infinite ground of being is always there for me, boom, you're grounded, man. You are grounded. I am surrounded by the light and love of the Christ energy. I'm afraid Jesus to me is the hippie healer, bisexual healer, a mystic. We're going to need a miracle. There's no doubt about it. It's going to take a miracle. Woo! Okay. So we got to expect unexpected developments on May 18th when the Sun conjuncts Uranus and Taurus and the Leo new moon coming up. We'll talk about that the second half of the... Okay. And, here we go. 1 minute. Oh, okay. 1 second. Whoa, boy, I can't. Okay, well, I can't seem to find what happened to my. Here it is. Okay, here it is. I found it. Excuse me about that. It was right in front of me. Okay, get grounded, Frank. To be mistaken is a misfortune to be pitied, but to know the truth and not to conform to one's actions to it is a crime which heaven and earth condemn. Giuseppe Mazzini said that. Okay, as I said, this goes right along with what I said about Barack Obama, or Barry, I don't know what he's calling himself these days. To be mistaken is a misfortune to be pitied. Yeah, you were mistaken when you listened to Dick Cheney. That was a big mistake, as we see now, about as big as you can get, as we see now, hindsight being 2020. But you were so young, you were so green they could plant you. You weren't brown, you weren't white, you weren't orange, you weren't red. You were green, brother. You were green. They could plant you. You were so green. I kept on saying, God, Michelle wouldn't have done that. Why didn't we vote her in, But no, we had to go center right. Had to get that right in there to make sure. Anyway, enough is enough of my editorials there. But to know the truth now, Barack Obama, and not to conform one's actions, like come clean. Show you got stones. Because our planet is on, our world democracy is on. What's it going to take, brother? What's it going to take, man? And even Turley, Jonathan Turley, the most sharpest legal mind is on the planet, even said, so what's it going to take for you to finally come, eventually your daughter or maybe Michelle will come out, I don't know. But talk about that. If you're watching this, send letters to Obama. Send, medium. Nobody writes letters anymore. I forget. So I'm in my own little 60s bubble. No devices, this, that, landline. Okay. The measure of a person is not what they do with success, but what they do with failure. And this is what I was looking for. A miracle is not the breaking of laws, nor it is a phenomenon outside of laws. Capiche? it is laws that are incomprehensible and unknown to us. They are therefore miraculous. But see, our wits have grown sharper now. We've had a lot of, collectively, many, many people have, realized, hey, that doctor ain't going to die for me. He's a pill pusher. I go to them for diagnosis and then be at least open to try alternative healings. That's what I want San Francisco to be. Cannabis is good measure. Barbara Lee, I'm so sorry I didn't vote for you, Barbara Lee, but thank you. Today on the news, she said, the declassifying cannabis into the non-narcotic, into non-deadly, to the lesser, drug, and which the cannabis community is going, oh, thank you. They're giving you. Barbara Lee came out, bless her for having the stones to say it, and she said it should never have been on there in the first place. Thank you, Barbara Lee. You got my vote, honey. You got my vote, sister. I told you on my last show about John Dean was in the White House when the intern brought in a manila envelope with, and Dean said to Tricky Dick Nixon, what's that? And he said, oh, this is the report I've been waiting for. It's the research on cannabis, the best doctors, available were giving me their honor. And Dean, it's a book. John Dean wrote this in his book. Read, people, read. It's tangible. You could touch it. You could underline. That's how I meditate. I underline. And John Dean was saying he turned colors, seeing him just have this volcano of anger, exploded, Tricky Dick, and then he just threw it in the garbage. And that's what happened. And then we have London Breed now standing on the shoulders of Richard Nixon, who's not into harm reduction. I'm not even going to glorify that statement with. Think of that now. And she's had 2 terms with this, and you wonder. Oh, and you wonder, where did the divide come from? Where did the divide come from? How many people are on Facebook now? Put it together. Friend, unfriend. I'm from the world where, I'm 75. I spent literally decades nurturing friendships. Friendships, true friendships. Acquaintances are a dime a dozen. Praise and blame are impermanent noise without nourishment. But, true friends, from high school, I'm talking from way back, come rain or come shine, death, birth. And then, especially since I was only on it for like a year, I never got more death threats in my life. I couldn't believe that. If you're on Facebook, everybody, you're not just, it's just too complicated for me. I'm not going to support it. Thank God I got thrown off. But I'm not going to say why I used the F word. But somebody reported me, some mega person. Anyway, you friend or unfriend. And so Mark Zuckerberg is billions of dollars a year. And as I said, why is that so drastic? The word is the most important. First there was the word, man. And then you got this one, Zuckerberg's in high school, you have a slogan to define you. His was run fast and break things. Yeah, he's run fast to the bank. His Swiss bank account must be, overwhelmed. It must be like, he's becoming one of the richest of that already. So just think about that, And then, of course, the Bhgwan, Rajneesh said, be realistic. Plan for a miracle. And this whole thing, as I said recently, I had this young lady I met in the laundromat who was apartment sitting for this stupid idiot on the first floor. And she nonchalantly slipped out because, there's a bag, a little tray of weed on the table. And she said, I said, would you like a hit or something? She goes, why not destroy some brain cells? And I went nuts. I just went, I couldn't believe what I was hearing. And I said, wow, to myself, she seems so intelligent. And I said, no, alcohol, tobacco, those will burn, destroy your brain cells. But cannabis, no way, man. Cannabis is medicine. And but these people who think that because I use cannabis, I'm an idiot. Or I'll tell you something to all these people who are condescending to me. What's that? Aaron Peskin, and all those types. The fool, a wise man can play the part of a fool, but a fool like you cannot play the part of a wise man. So I'm saying let's see what we got here now. Expect a miracle. Expect a miracle. Believe in all you guys who are Star Trekkies, whatever you call yourselves there. Use the force. Use the force. Even Jefferson went through the Bible and blotted out whatever he disagreed with his common sense. There's so much. Like I say, I'm totally appalled by the idea of book burning, except for the Bible. Yeah, I believe at the end of the day, the Bible, every one of them should be burned. Oh yeah, one more thing before I get into the psychic stuff here. A lot of people I know, when I mention that I'm in this book, Eat Your Mind, The Radical Life and Work of Kathy Acker by Jason McBride. He writes for the Village Voice and New York Times, and he sent me an autographed copy, and hopefully I'll meet him. He's going to be in town. He comes to San Francisco every now and then. Yeah, he says a little autograph for me. And, it's hard for me to read this book because, Kathy and I were just a few months apart. She was a few months older than me. And I had I only met her the last 4 or 5 years of her life, and we became instantly best friends. And I want people, when they're reading this, when people write about you, you can't do anything about it. And Kathy had this. For my own sake, she kept me away from all of her intelligentsia friends, all these. Writers and people like that. Because I never went to college. People said, "What college did you go to?" I went to What's the Matter You. Bullwinkle, an alma mater from Bullwinkle and Rocky there. So, it wasn't until Kathy's funeral at Fort Mason, when I put her ashes in the water, that I met all these people, and they immediately, "Oh, you're Frank. I've been wanting to meet you, Kathy wouldn't let me near you," and so I immediately had cards back then, and I gave them for people. Well, of course, in this book, one of Kathy's, she's dead now. I forget her name. Was saying that Frank was promoting his business. I was heartbroken. I was heartbroken. I had plans for Kathy and I. Like I was reading the other day, because I can only read this. I'm so personally involved with her. But Salman Rushdie, she went to the movies with him in New York to see the opening of Full Metal Jacket or some war movie. And it's funny, the way out, he said they were talking about the movie, and he was, once again, he blew a fuse with surprise when Kathy said too much foul language in that. Kathy Acker said that, so she was an amazing person. He also threw in, I didn't sleep with her. Yeah, because she slept with everybody. I didn't sleep with Kathy Acker. When I said the other day that Gabby is our love child, it's because we were working on the Spice Girls interview, which people tell me is great. It's on YouTube, and I did all the Spice Girls charts, and then Kathy and I, she was in London then. We discussed it all, and the interview was amazing, in all humility, with help from me. And then after Kathy died, I was so young then, I totally said, that's it. I'm not going to be a fortune teller. I broke off all my connections with the UK and all these people. Kathy had opened doors for me, and I was so agree then you could plant me, because I took it personally that if I was a better psychic, Kathy, that's when I knew I had this healing energy that comes out of me. It's not Reiki. And that's when I studied. And that's why this book is so important, of just came out. I wanted this for 6 months. It just came out April 1st. And once again, Eric, Leskowitz, The Mystery of Life Energy. Like even Benjamin Franklin said, God heals, the force heals, and doctor takes the money, so I get this book. If you know anybody, who's into alternative healings, or at least is open-minded to know, like, I'm not buying what this doctor's telling me. There's got to be another way. So, I remember when I was in the program, part of my aftercare rehab, $30,000 rehab. I was every Friday night, a year of group therapy at St. Mary's Hospital, and I had to go to so many meetings and show them I went, and I remember those Sunday mornings I would listen to Terry Cole Whitaker. She was an amazing metaphysician, and on the caliber of Louise Hay and all those. And on Sunday morning, she had this amazing hour show, and I said, screw a meeting, I'm going to watch her. And I had to lie about that because, people didn't want Louise. Oh, they hated Louise Hay. It's become a cult. Okay, and so anyway, when you read this book, he talks about Larry Dossey. What amazing guy, Larry Dossey. Space, Time, and Medicine. Reinventing medicine, mind, body, to a new era of healing. It's time now. Of course, they figured out how to destroy humanity is get into their minds. Yeah, the pharmaceutical agency, industrial complex is making a fortune by getting in your mind and telling you you're powerful. Your body is reduced to the mind as brain is a computer. The heart's nothing but a pump. Screw you, man. Maybe your heart's a pump, honey. Mine's not. Mine's a magnetic, just drawing in wisdom from the cosmos. How dare you? And so pollute my consciousness. I can't watch a movie with these people these are modern day, these are voodoo men. They're like putting pins in a voodoo doll. They're telling you you're cursed, man. Your body's not your friend. Damn. Damn. Take a stand, man. Find a new plan, Stan. Jump off the bus, Gus. Okay, let me cut the cards and see. I'll pick 6 cards for you now. But as I said, use this Taurus energy to really enjoy life, enjoy the sensual. You need a body. And as I said, they're getting fear. If you're totally afraid, I mean, shitless afraid, then you have more faith in evil than you have in your maker, in your creator. God didn't make any mistakes. We're right where Stevie Wonder said, we're right where we were supposed to be. This whole thing, like, to help your brain. Screw you, my brain don't need no help. I'm supposed to forget a lot of stuff because I don't know, I'm going to live longer. I don't need to know people's stupid names, because they don't. People go, well, what's your guide's name? Are you serious, man? I have guides that are so void of ego that they don't. But that's incomprehensible to egos out of proportion. Once again, start with the balance in your diet. If it had a face, don't eat it. This is how we're feeling about ourselves. We're teachable now. We're teachable. And believe me, I guess Obama was one and done. He had his 2 terms, and now he's out of there. And beg him, write letters and say, come on, man, Turley was right. It's never too late to right or wrong. That's why, as I said, Aaron Peskin, if we work the steps, you'll get rid of your character defects. You'll make amends quickly. You won't hang on to anger. Hanging on to anger is like drinking poison and expecting the other guy to die. We will never forgive. Well, you're going to die then. You could forgive it. It doesn't mean you're going to forget. So this is what we all bring this child back. Let's get this teaching thing now. This is how you're feeling about yourself now. Surrender. This is part of the program to, how do you get better? You surrender, and say, for instance, alcohol. You surrender to alcohol, and you realize, I'm not touching that. you know, there's no way am I going to touch that. Yeah, you surrender, then you let go and let God. Okay, and what we have now is what you want most right now. We're bored with this. We are so tired of this Gestapo, this Gestapo, this one, this diseased insane. He's a beaten man. You know, how could you say anything bad about someone? Is like it's like seeing a horse pulling a milk cart, and you go, "Wow, they shoot horses, don't they?" It would be the merciful thing to get rid of that. Believe me, I didn't say shoot him. Oh my God, please don't think I said shoot him. That's all we need is to be modern, you know. But as I'm saying, you know. I don't even like the word shooter, you know. Put it to sleep with it. I don't know what I'm saying about how you euthanize the horse. That's it. You euthanize a suffering creature, and you do it. You know, yeah. I don't want anybody to suffer. I just want justice to be done, and it's been delayed since Richard Nixon. Ford, Gerald Ford actually said, "I'm a Ford, not a Lincoln." I'm not making this stuff up. I lived through it. Here's what we're afraid of. Prosperity. You know, money doesn't kill. Guns don't, you know, it's people. It's people. Our fear is that we're up against money now. Money doesn't talk, it screams. Bob Dylan said that. Keep a clean nose, watch out for plain clothes. Yeah, so, you know, back in the 50s, yellow journalism, you know, and now, you know, it's the way it is now. This stuff we should all... Garland, for all these years, didn't step in and say, you can't hob jewelry out of the White House. He let them get away with everything. Man, talk about someone who's castrated. I want to see if he has stones. I want to know if that man actually has a set of nuts. I think we got a eunuch. I think our Garland is a eunuch. I'm entitled to say what I think. I honestly believe, you know, I've never seen a close-up shot of his crotch, but I believe the man let the White House people run amok, do all this crap and never said a peep because he's a eunuch, you know. He's not a man. He's a mouse. A scared little tiny mouse. Yeah, Garland, you're a mouse. Thank God you didn't make it onto the Supreme Court. Okay, your fear. Yeah, because we needed these guys now. You know, this is like John Lennon was alive right now. He'd be singing, "You say you want a revolution. Oh yeah, you want to change the world. Well, we got it, honey. We got the revolution happening now. We've got, you know." Put your devices down, take these butt plugs out of your ear, and dig what's going on, man. Dig where you are. And the time is not linear, it's cyclic. So a lot of you guys want to glamorize being a psychic. You know, I sat, this one woman, why I got thrown off of Facebook, is I have nothing against anybody there, but my guides were showing me, like during the Nazi invasion of Italy, a lot of these beautiful Italian women were betraying their neighbors and even their family by going with having sex with Nazis for chocolate bars, nylons, you know, stuff like that. And this beautiful girl I went to high school with and graduated in '67 was one of these women. So I didn't call it. So as I said, I was adjusting my psychic ability then, and then when I saw that, my guides told me, no, this is who she was, and that's why she took what you said so personally. I realized, oh my God. So all you people think that being, you know, that's why every now and then, every couple of years, LA throws a new psychic, some young man or woman, and they're like, nobody got stuck between worlds, man. I remember when I first started, I found a book by Swami Vivekananda who said mediumship is a trap. And thank God, I couldn't think of a more boring life now. So yeah, mediumship. He's pretty adaptive medium now. He's on all the network channels talking dribble. It's verbal masturbation. Okay, what's going on for us now? America's in a 1 year now. So September, right when Pluto's last time in Capricorn, just before it enters Aquarius, the end of November. Yeah, we're going to realize a 1 year and a 1 month, and a whole new paradigm will start. And now what's going on against us is the money thing, our addiction to money now. Money is a vehicle. It's nothing to be hoarded and stolen. Buy gold, man. The furry freak brothers said, weed will get you through times with no money. Better than money will get you through times with no weed. Amen to that. And the final outcome is, yeah, this is what it took decades to build, and now, boom, tower now. This is beautiful. There's a great book, Your Tarot Guide, just came out a few months ago by Melinda Lee Holm. And when she's 16, I love the number 16. Yeah, and what she says here I thought is interesting. The Tower card. The Tower teaches us to break down long-standing beliefs that have solidified into false truths. The image of the tower, tall, looming, impenetrable, represents ideas and rules we believe are standard and unchangeable. When you shrug, sigh, and say, that's just how it is, you've come up against the tower. When the Tower card visits, it's time to tear down the tower. So it's time, as I said, to... like I said earlier, the Mayans and all these civilizations all died because of the no middle class, the rich, the poor. And in Selma, the black man said, the young man said, looked at the camera and said, you won't let us sit at the table, we're tearing the legs off the effing table. And then London Breed now is wondering why everything's going hell-skelter in San Francisco, because she personally would not let us, at least the cannabis community, have a seat at the table, or even doctors who knew that healing cannabis is good medicine. And like Senator Barbara Lee said, it should never been put on that list in the first place. Whew! God, I had fun. Gabby, did you have fun today? I gotta go, babies. Okay, is it time for everything? Yes, I'm the hermit. That's me. You got the light inside of you. It's in your heart. Let your heart magnetize and bring to you all that's yours, and let it repel everything you've outgrown. We don't change so much as we outgrow things. And energize it. Bring some healing energy. You are a healer, man. You're a healer. You are so gifted. You are awesome. I love you. Gabby, say goodbye, honey. Oh, forgot a second. Okay. Oh, no, we don't have time. Okay, next time I'll read this. She's like, thank you. Okay, I love you guys. Bye.